I saw your little exchange with Vera. Keep that up, and I guarantee that imbecile's gonna demand that you be arrested.
Does he actually have the authority to arrest me?
Oh, absolutely. He's up the ladder at UC Security. Lots of pull. We have to handle this very delicately.
No, he must be bluffing.
I know the guy, he doesn't bluff. But I'd bet my last cred stick he's running scared. There's clearly something going on between Vera Swiss and Dabrowski. But we need hard evidence to use it to our advantage. The problem is he's not gonna talk to you in public. We need to get Vera isolated so he'll spill everything he knows.
Why shouldn't I just kill Vera and be done with it?
Yeah, that's smart. Kill Vera, or anyone else involved in his conspiracy, and then Dabrowski heads for the hills. Besides, you really want to ace a member of UC Security and have them breathing down your neck? You'll be the top story on SSNN. No, there has to be a safer way.
I'm used to being the top story on SSNN. Should we wait until he returns to his cabin and falls asleep?
Maybe, but if something goes wrong and he's able to raise an alarm, we're sunk. With all of these wealthy patrons aboard, the ship is crawling with security.
A ship-wide emergency might do the trick.
Smart. If there's an emergency, standard practice is for all passengers to clear the decks and report to their cabins for lockdown. I think the best chance we have would be to tamper with the life support sensors. Manipulate a few controls, and you can fool the monitoring system into thinking there's a life support failure. And there you have your emergency.
I guess I'll do whatever it takes to get it done.
Don't worry. It'll be as easy as it was mingling with the guests at the party. Just throw a few lousy switches and you're done. One more thing. If Chief Engineer Sundin gives you any trouble, tell him I'll erase that gambling debt he owes me. I prefer you use that as a last resort, but hey, what's the harm in losing a few credits when I'm on the brink of rejoining the fleet, right? Anyway, I better start packing. Things are getting hot around here, and won't be long before Trident figures out you had help.
Why can't I just kill Dombrowski and take his credentials off his body?
You seriously need to ask. Okay, I'll give you two reasons. First, Galbank protects their own. Kill Dombrowski, and they send Ecliptic after every Crimson Fleet ship they can find. Not something Delgado wants, I suspect. And second, you offer Galbank employee in every single Galbank facility in the settled systems will triple their security. I'm gonna guess that won't help with whatever your plans are regarding Galbank, now will it?
Alright, you make some valid points. So where exactly is the life support system located?
There's access to the crew section that you can reach through the Starview Ballroom. Chief Sundin should be there, wasting time at his station as usual. Have fun with that guy. He's a real piece of work. Once you're past Sundin, just look for the room marked Environmental Control. Everything you need is inside.
Once the emergency is sounded, how does the ship's lockdown work?
All passengers are instructed to immediately report to their cabins. That way we keep the halls clear and avoid a panic. Fortunately for us, all of the passenger cabin doors will automatically unlock. This is normally to ensure the crew can check cabins quickly and without interference. But in our case, It's like having an all-access pass.
Alright, do you have the lowdown on Gabriel Vera?
On the surface, he's an upstanding citizen of the United Colonies, pretty high up in UC security. Lots of clout with Nast. Underneath, he's a greedy piece of garbage. Given the chance, he'd backstab you for a cret stick and pin the murder on someone else. Come to think of it, if he wasn't such a petty tyrant, he'd probably thrive with the Crimson Fleet.
Yeah, he'd probably thrive in the Three-Star Collective.
Don't you have somewhere to be?
I've done this particular cruise run several times, and I can assure you that the route is quite safe.
In the event of a lockdown, remember to return to your cabin in a quiet...
Please remain in designated passenger areas at all times. Have a safe journey.
Hold up. This area is off limits to passengers. Wait a second. You're Captain Rocko's guest, right? Didn't expect to see you down here. Sorry to give you trouble. What can I do for you?
Well, I really need to get into the life support area.
Oh, sorry. That area is off limits. No exceptions.
Look, I can tell you're lonely down here. Maybe you should hang out with your team.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'm so bored down here. I've been counting the deck plates just to take up some time. Tell you what, I'm just going to step out for a bit and stretch my legs. Maybe you can hold this for me while I'm away?
Alright, thank
Feel
you.
free to look around, but don't mess with any of the controls.
Siren of the Stars is now in emergency status. Please remain calm and proceed to your cabin.
I was wondering if you were the cause of the ship-wide emergency.
The captain has
It's
declared
time you
a
stop playing
ship-wide
games
emergency.
and tell me why you're
Please
here.
report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
I want you to help me take down Dombrowski.
You want me to help you? Are you completely out of your mind? I help you by handing over evidence, and I end up incriminating myself. Why would I do that?
Dombrowski's been playing you and Claudia this entire time.
I don't know where you got that information from, but it lines up with all the troubles I've been having getting my cut from that asshole. That means my money's already gone, and Dombrowski's going to walk away with a fortune. I'd love to see the bastard fry, but if I give you that information and it falls into the wrong hands, I could end up in jail.
Why did you let Dombrowski handle all the numbers in the first place?
Dombrowski had the authorization to wipe out records on Galbank's system without raising any red flags. I let Claudia talk me into that. She said she had him wrapped around her finger. Apparently,
All
she was
passengers,
wrong.
may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Before I make any deals, you mind telling me what I'm buying?
Oh, I've got everything you're gonna need. This is a one-stop shop for you. We're talking a slate loaded with dates, account numbers, ID scans, even an audio recording. It was my little insurance policy in case the shit hit the fan. There's a solid enough trail here to send Dombrowski straight to jail.
Alright, I'll pay you to offset your losses.
At least I walk away with something. All right, you have yourself a deal. Here, with this slate and this recording to tie it all together, you'll be able to nail his ass to the wall. He'll do whatever you want. Just remember that you promised to leave me out of it.
Do you know anything about Sys stuff?
All I can tell you is that there's more than a few people at Mast who find Commander Akande to be a huge pain in the ass. I mean, the UC is aware that the Crimson Fleet is a problem, but it pales in comparison to the issues with the Freestar Collective. Akande's loaded with big-picture ideas, but not a ton of evidence to put them into action. And frankly, it's driving my superiors crazy.
Alright, what are you going to do about Swist and Dombrowski?
Well, since Claudia has been spending time disgustingly close to Dombrowski, I think she's suffered enough. On the other hand, I've got very, very special plans for Larry. I have some friends that can, well, let's just say, take care of the problem. That's if you leave him alive, of course. We'll just have to wait and see.
Alright,
You better tell Dombrowski to
thank you,
run,
Vera.
because if you don't kill him, I will.
This ship is in a state of emergency. Please return to your cabin immediately.
Well, well. you must be the one who's been accosting Claudia and Gabriel. I'm uncertain what you hope to accomplish here, but it appears we should rapidly enter into some sort of negotiation.
All passengers.
Fine.
May I have your
Let's
attention,
negotiate.
please?
Excellent.
The captain has
So,
declared a ship-wide
before we
emergency.
begin, let's
Please
review the
report to
facts.
your cabins in an orderly
First,
fashion. and
it's
remain
clear that
there
you've
until you
obtained
receive further
insider
instructions.
knowledge of my arrangement to defraud Galbank. The means and the method, perhaps, but not the motive. And second, I'm going to hypothesize that my compatriots are despondent regarding their share and have assisted you with this endeavor. Since we're speaking and I'm not at the reporting end of a bullet, this leads me to conclude that you desire something personal from me.
That's an amazing trick, Professor.
I pride myself on having an intensely thorough education, though I'd hardly call myself a professor. Though I'm sure that your compliment also meant you were having trouble understanding what I've been saying. In blunt terms, you have compromising materials about me in your possession. The only thing I have to offer in return are my Galbank credentials. I assume that's what you've been angling for all along?
Yep, that's all that I want.
Splendid.
All passengers. May I
Ah, it
have your
appears
attention,
we've reached an
please?
accord.
The captain has
And may I
declared
say,
a ship-wide
it was a pleasure
emergency.
conversing with
Please
an
report to your
intellectual
cabins
equal.
in an orderly fashion.
Oh, of course,
and
I
remain
trust you'll
there until you
understand if I
receive
ask for
further
us to avoid
instructions.
any further contact. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to formulate how I'm going to utterly ruin two very annoying business associates. Good day.
There's no cause for alarm. I'm sure this is just a minor malfunction or a drill. All passengers are being asked to return to their cabins.
Well, looks like everything worked out. Just like we planned.
I couldn't have done this without your help.
I'm glad you feel that way. Just remember to tell Delgado how much I pitched in to help. You know, I'm still wondering exactly what you needed those credentials for. You feel like telling me, partner?
I want to tell you, but there's a good chance Delgado would kill me if I did.
Ah, so he told you to keep it from me. I see. I wouldn't want you to risk your position with the fleet like I did, so I'll just leave it alone.
Good man.
Anyway, I suppose there's nothing stopping me from rejoining the fleet now. It's been a long time coming. I owe you one, Doverbeach.
All passengers.
What do you call
May I
me,
have your
Tobovich?
attention, please?
Don't worry, it's not an insult. It's a very old Russian word for comrade. It's what I
Please
intend to
report
call
to
you
your
from now
cabins
on,
in
so
an orderly
get
fashion,
used to it.
and remain there until you
Well,
receive
be sure
further
beats Rook.
instructions.
Alright. Don't worry about it.
Nonsense. If there's one universal constant you can depend on, it's that Yevgeny Rokov always makes good on his deals. Always. Well, I suppose this is where we part company. Hopefully the next time we meet, we'll be aboard the Key.
Alright. How do I get off of this ship again? Oh, this is the purser's office. Anything interesting at her workstation?
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin during this emergency. Thank you.
Sorry, just trying to find my way.
Our security team would appreciate if you'd please shelter in your cabin. The siren of the
back through the
stars is
ball.
now in emergency status.
All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency. All passengers, may I have your attention, please? The captain has declared a ship-wide emergency.
Don't worry.
Please report to your cabins in an orderly fashion and remain there until you receive further instructions.
Someone shut down the primary life support system. Gotta take a while to get it back online. I'm a little busy. Can't you see that there's an emergency?
I need to pack up and get out of here. What is it now?
I'm just trying to find my way out.
We're unlatched. Free and clear.
I want to check in on some things here.
Morale in the lodge has been measurably reduced.
Understandable.
What did you want? Hey, let me know when you're ready to take me along with you. Should only be a few years.
I just wanted to see how you were doing and how you're holding up. I take it no one's given you the news? I'm sure someone has. You're a child, you've probably bounced back quick.
Hey, I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to get everyone together. To say goodbye. You know. To Sarah.
I'll be there, Noelle, I promise.
Thank you. It wouldn't be the same without you there. I'll have everything set up in a few days.
Not sure when things will feel safer. But we have not been attacked again.
That's something.
Wouldn't mind burning some helium out in the fringe instead of being here, you know? know?
Yeah, for some reason I wasn't able to assign you to the ship.
I've been thinking a lot about my early days in Constellation lately. Got me pretty nostalgic, and I started digging in some old things. Just sort of reminiscing. I found some of Irvin's last messages to me and thought I'd listen to them again to hear his voice.
I hope that was a comfort.
It was surreal, honestly. So, most of the messages were everyday things. Lots of excitedly written news about biodiversity and plant life. But one thing stood out. In one of his messages, he mentioned this job that he took at a mine shortly before he died. He said something terrible was happening there, but the message was garbled after that.
Interstellar communication isn't always reliable.
True, but this was different. I recognized this pattern from the war. A portion of the message was encrypted. Well, Vasco helped me decipher it. Turns out the message was from Irvin, and he was begging me to help him. The message was short, but his voice was pained. He was so upset.
What was the message?
He said they were going to destroy his life if he didn't leave the planet now. Then he asked me to help clear his name. Said they had a case against him. Oh, he sounded so upset.
It must have been difficult to hear, Barrett.
Yes. Hearing his voice in so much pain was very difficult. Oh, I wish I had noticed this message when he sent it. So in this message, Irvin said he was being framed. He said they'll do it again. He asked if Constellation could send more help.
Framed for what?
Not exactly sure, but he mentioned a court case. So I think there's a paper trail.
This recording is 20 years old.
It is, but I was thinking about it and, well, it's still wrong, right? So I figured, hey, I can do some sort of a remote investigation here, see what I can find out. There's gotta be a paper trail, right? Now, I happen to have a trustworthy contact who knows a bit about law and owes me a favor. I'd need to pay in advance in case there are any access fees or bribes.
Constellation can pay for it.
That makes sense. Irvin was one of us, after all. You know, hearing Irvin's voice again made me want to help him, even though I know I can't. Does that make any sense?
I would do anything if it would help Sarah. And I know that I can't. So, yes. Yes, it does make sense. Do you think this will help him?
No, I know I can't. I just don't want whoever hurt him to get away with it, if that's what happened.
Well, if Irvin was that upset, then it must still be important.
I appreciate that. It's going to be hard to get some sleep tonight after all this. But the fact that I'm doing something about it might be enough to help. Hopefully poking around in old records doesn't catch the attention of Hephaestus. Well, anyway, I'll let you know if my contact finds anything.
Oh. Hey, what do the gods have to do with this?
I guess that is to be expected.
Alright, I need another ship command before I can assign anyone else. Got it. More physical skills to get rejuvenation. Okay.
Constellation has suffered losses before, although none quite so violently.
Well, I have some things to do in town.
Hello, welcome to the Galbank archives. May I see your credentials, please?
There you go.
Just one moment while I verify. Oh, yes, Mr. Dombrowski. Welcome, sir. Give me a moment to log your visit, and then I'll unseal the archives.
I'm getting some really strange vibes off you. Something must be wrong.
Shh, they'll hear us. Look, Ecliptic busted in here and said something about letting you walk into the archives, and then they're gonna jump you. I'm supposed to let you in and then get the heck out of here. They said if I didn't do exactly what they said, they'd kill me. Just be careful. I don't even know how many of them are hiding in there.
I get to kill Ecliptic? That's my cutter. That's my wakizashi. That's my pistol. That's my Orion. That's my Beowulf. And that's my hard target. And my Justifier. Okay.
I'll handle this. Piece of cake. I've already got you in my sights. Think I'm scared of you? I can kick your ass in my sleep.
Clever, Dombrowski, clever. Knock 4. Okay. Pattern. Okay. I suppose I might as well talk to Sergeant Yumi. Do whatever can be done here while we wait for the memorial. Piracy can wait.
After that business with the turmoil, it's good to get back to small crimes and petty thieves. Wait. You're on the wanted list.
Oh, I'll pay the fine.
You're coming with us. We'll be taking any contraband and stolen property you have on you.
I shouldn't have any contraband or stolen property on me. I have no idea what I was even wanted for.
Ah, Captain. It's good to see you again, under much calmer circumstances. You wouldn't be here about the job, would you? Might not be worth your time, considering your rank.
A job? Tell me about it.
Part-time security officer. The position's very flexible. You can basically work whenever you're available. No pressure. We've had some gaps in the schedule lately. Macy's out on maternity leave. Jose's on loan to Sidonia. When it rains, it pours type of situation. So really, we just need someone to fill the void. Interested?
I'm interested.
All right, Captain. Just keep in mind, this isn't going to involve your usual level of excitement.
Oh.
No mind-altering terramorphs and explosions in the spaceport. Just simple, good old-fashioned police work.
Your first assignment couldn't be easier. Go to Mast and check in with Agent Plato at Aegis. There was a package left at a dead drop, and they need UC security to handle it. He'll fill you in on the details.
Alright then.
See you later.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
Oh, I was just talking to him. Thank you, though, robot. Probably. Alright, we're going to Mast, right? I already talked to Sergeant Yumi. Does it still want me to talk to him? Alright then.
I used to do this scan as you enter the city.
And to see what else Sergeant Yumi wants, you'll have to tune into the next episode of Starfield, Interplanetary Diplomacy, starring yours truly, some guy you've never heard of, as Mr. Victor Gabriel.